All right. Welcome, Thea. You're our first guest.
Yay!
um, because you've done your facilitated training and you know the daily breath, we're going to start with that and then we'll drop in. I'll get you to introduce yourself as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Close your eyes. We'll drop into our belly breath. So inhale through the nose, slowly out through the mouth. Two more. We're moving into our mouth breathing. Hold at the bottom, and then we'll go for another 22. Hold at the bottom. Whenever you need, drop into that belly breath. And return to a breath that's easy and natural. And just tune in with your inner guidance, what's coming up for you right now. And gently open your eyes when you're ready. Right, welcome. What's
Oh,
coming up for you today?
that was a beautiful way to start the day, V. And as you can see, I've got this stunning backdrop behind me on the beaches of Broome. I'm up at the Surf Lifesaving Club. So just sitting there, it was just listening to those waves and just allowing, the sounds of Mother Nature to surround me. The wind's gently blowing and those waves crashing. So, yeah. So I was just kind of settling into that space. I could have stayed there longer.
You're like, all right, I'm chilled now.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to get you to tell us about what you do, your journey, and where you are now, what's got you to this point.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Faye. Well, thanks for this nice little introduction and interview and breathwork with you this morning. So, I have been doing reflexology, Reiki, and meditation practice in a business. My business has let it be with Fee for about 6 years, 6.5 years now. So, and then I did my breathwork facilitator training with you 2 years ago, and it was, it kind of seemed, I know it's crazy, isn't it? But it was just a natural progression. And one of the meditations that I offer and I run regularly is actually breathwork meditation. So stepping into learn from you just kind of made sense. And it really cemented, why we do a breathwork practice. As well as, learning a lot more about myself through your course. yeah, so I've been able to integrate that into what I offer, and sitting, like I said, in Broome. I'm actually traveling down the West Coast and have been offering the meditation that I do, the active consciousness meditation here in Broome for the last 9 weeks. But in that, I've also been able to see some clients for reflexology and Reiki, and also the last couple of days, some one-on-one breathwork practices, which have been incredible. I was always supporting you and assisting you, going, no, this is V's space. I just love being there to watch you work. But, now being out traveling on my own, it's like, right, it's time to step into this with a bit more fury. So, yeah, it's been really nice to be able to support those couple of people that I have over the last 2 days. Yeah.
And their feedback, they're like, keep pulling you back. They're like, stay, we love you.
I know I wasn't going to stay in Broome for very long. It's been 9 weeks. This will have been my 10th week. So I've got a breathwork client tonight, and then I'm actually staying tomorrow night to do another round of meditation. So I am leaving Saturday.
It's like this pool, you help them unlock all their gifts, and they're like, whoa, we need you more. We need more of this.
Yeah, 2 of the ladies are like, what are we going to do on Friday nights now that you've gone for? I'm like, oh, and it's kind of, you just start something. It really has awakened in them, all this incredible potential that they've got. They've just, whether they were kind of, moving through it just maybe at a bit of a slower pace with other modalities and things like that. But, through that breath, any breath work practice, it's just they've been able to unlock on a deeper level all that energy that's just been sitting there that's stagnant. They haven't known how to shift it fully. Yeah.
It's like that. They've just, like, you've like allowed them space to take the lid off. They're like, right.
Yeah, right.
Now.
Yeah, I know. And that's it. Now it's like, well, what do they do? And they've said that. Now what, Fee? And luckily enough, I am offering the meditation online. So I've said that, keep traveling through it and come on board online. It's just as powerful online as it is in person. So
yeah. And I'll pop your link. You have to send it to me because I'll pop it in the group so everyone can join in as well for your meditations.
Done. I'd love that, Bea. So it is on a Sunday night at the moment, but I am going to change those nights up. Look, I might even offer it every night of the week. See.
Because you're so relaxed and cruising down the coast. You're like, well, I can meditate with everybody.
Exactly. That's it. Yeah. We can sit and watch the sunset, breathe. Like watch the sunset, but you have your eyes closed and breathe. And then,
Oh, beautiful. I love all the freedom and space that you're creating.
Thanks, Bea. Yeah, it feels good. It feels good. And I think just knowing that, the work that we do, I love that one-on-one contact with people, but just knowing that you can be anywhere in the world doing these practices as well. It doesn't have to be in person. Reiki can be done distantly. Breath work can be done distantly, online. So
yeah,
it's nice.
I know even for me, getting over that part of teaching online when the whole world shut down, I'm like, I'm not going to teach yoga online. This is weird. And then breathwork online, like all my training was done online, but then I love the human connection. But then it's just as powerful. Like, I love doing yoga classes online. I love having breathwork sessions online with you. So I'm like, well, it really does work. I'm not sure what that extra layer is. Like, maybe just the touch, but then we can have our own touch, and it's really even like giving everyone their power back on like a whole nother level again.
True. Yeah, so true.
Okay, I want to ask you, what's your edge of breath moment in life?
My edge of breath moment.
Yep.
Can you just explain that? Yeah.
But okay, it's open to interpretation. It can be a moment that's exciting and took your breath away and changed the course of your life, or it's like a traumatic thing that's like, oh, like come up and you're like, okay, this is what's like transform me or like change the trajectory.
I'm going to give you answers on both of those.
Cool.
Yep. So I think that real breath just kind of opening me up was like stepping in to all the modalities they offer. Changing from a Western model of healthcare as a nurse, stepping into these modalities. It was just almost like, the world lifted off my shoulders, and I get to give back and give people their power back, support them. I'm just there supporting them through all of that. And then I guess that traumatic, you know, on a trauma base, and everyone's trauma is different, but I guess mine was through these practices, just realizing that worthiness within me. You know, it's kind of, you know, I guess it's almost like your picture's kind of slumped over, going, I'm going to protect myself and all that I am and who that I am. But you know, working through that, you just open yourself up. So I think it was that, oh yeah, I am worthy to offer this and to do all of this, and be who I am, because yeah, I'm me and I've got something to offer. So yeah,
I love that. And it is a huge shift from your background of nursing, where it's all the Western medicine, to come into this and having the knowledge from both sides. Like that's
Yeah.
huge. And then navigating the different mindsets for both.
yeah, that's right. And you know, supporting each way, you know, Western health is and medicine is always going to be needed at some capacity. But you know, again, like I said, just giving people that opportunity to discover in themselves, you know, what they probably didn't think was in there, or that they could handle themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even just being able to alleviate your own stress to some degree, like that's
Yeah.
life changing.
It's life changing. It's huge. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess we're all human. We're like little goldfish. We sometimes know what we should do and then do the opposite for a little while, but then we come back.
Do
And
we
I
do always do what we know we should be doing?
mostly,
Yeah.
I think even like because we've been catching up once a week to do a breathe online together, like that has been just even keeping me consistent with a weekly, deeper, longer breathe together.
I know. And we missed Monday because I was up at Cape Leveque for the week, and I was devastated. I'm like, no, I need to breathe with me, but the service up there wasn't the best, so I had to cancel it on you. And you know, it's not that it's completely changed. It has. It's changed the week and how we've kind of, how I've kind of stepped into it. And I'm already really looking forward to Monday and just going. Yeah, I can't wait to settle in for a deep breathe with you again.
Yeah, and it's that giving dedicated time and space for yourself, isn't it? I know
Yeah,
for me, it's like in my calendar as a meeting, so I'm like, I'm gonna make sure I do this. And just start the week off. I'm like, yep.
yeah, that's it. That's it.
Because to be fair, my Monday was a little bit all over the shop, so I
can
definitely
make
noticed
it
the difference. Awesome. And what are you offering? What are your next big things that you're about to offer?
Yeah, so thanks. Like I said, heading down the West Coast. I'm just kind of cruising along leaving Darwin. I have no real plans of how that looks, which is kind of exciting and scary at the same time. But when I stop, I will stop and offer meditation for sure if I'm in a space. And look, I might even start off being on the beach or in caravan parks, just depending on where I am and what's around. But online, so it's definitely going to be shifted to that online stuff while I am traveling. So, weekly active consciousness meditation, and then offering the other services, breathwork and Reiki, online as well. And I've also got a 7-week chakra journey. So that's one of the offerings I do, and it has been done in person. I haven't done this one online yet, but each week when we do the active consciousness meditation, we go over each of our chakras in depth. So, then the people that are receiving, they can understand themselves and what these energy centers hold within them, not only on a physical, but mental, emotional, and spiritual aspect of themselves. So I'm going to get that course up and running online over a 7-week block too. So
beautiful. I'm going to jump in on that and do that too. But
yeah,
also for everyone to have like an understanding of their chakras and how they align with our human bodies, our energy bodies, our past, like everything in our present, and giving them a week between each one as well. Everything would process a lot for people.
Yeah, I've done it. So I have done a weekend where, you jam pack them. It's all in one weekend and it's beautiful. But then you have to go and integrate all of that knowledge once you've learned it. But yeah, doing it week by week, you get to step away. You get to really focus on embodying that chakra on a deeper level. And look, all those other chakras are going to play their part. They're not solely just running by themselves. They're all integrating. So other stuff may come up and you're like, oh, wow, but then when you get to that chakra, things may have already kind of alleviated and energy may have already shifted in that space for you to open up even further. So,
yes. Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
With
So, and just with that, just with that active consciousness meditation, it is a breathwork meditation through the chakras. So that's why I've designed this 7-week program around this meditation, is because that meditation runs through the chakras.
yeah, that's and my readings are through all of the chakras. Like that's how I read before a breathwork session. So having that on top and like layering for people that extra bit, that extra knowledge, because people often ask like, how do I unblock them? And it can be as easy as like wearing the color or like eating like that fruit or oils or crystals. But then it's like that next level again, like taking even more like power and action for yourself and like, right, I'm breathing into this space. What's here?
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
So powerful.
And what are your best integration practices? Like after a breathwork session, what is like your go-to?
Look, I always know after a deep breathe, like, that rest digest phase kicks in, and I'm usually, need to go and just have something nice to eat. But I also like to ground. So perfect. I love the ocean. So just getting out in nature, journaling, anything that I can just kind of cement what has come up in a breathwork session. Yeah, really just integrating it and, cementing it. So journaling it, writing it out, grounding back down into the earth, because I may have, gone off in a nice little space. So yeah, just coming back down to the physical world and connect back to the earth. So yeah.
Oh. And I was going to ask you this question, but one moment popped into my mind, so I'll see what you say first. What's your like wildest experience in a breathwork session?
You know this, and it was, I think, my third breathe with Maybe V, and there is that capability and potential to release DMT in the brain, so that chemical in the brain, and it was absolutely wild. I won't go through, what came through with me, but all I remember was you having to give me a nice little chest rub, and because my breath did cease for I'm not sure how long, but just hearing your voice, and it was like you were coming in from the background just saying breathe, and it slowly got louder and louder, but you were at my ear the whole time. But just because I was in such a state of bliss and that chemical release in my brain, I was off. So that was the wildest. I've never, and I'm not, when I do a breath work, I'm not trying to reach that state again, because I know it's a state that I needed to be in for that moment to get those messages to come through, which was really profound and powerful. So, I'll step into a breathe just with no expectations, knowing that it could potentially happen again, but not expecting it to happen again. And also just on that, knowing that, because that potential is there, I had you around me, you were there to bring me back. I was safe. I was going to be okay. And not that you're not going to be, you're going to breathe anyway, but.
Yeah, that's it. That like space where you're able to like continue to let go and trust the process a little bit deeper. And in the process, you're only ever going to go as far as your body's willing to, or you let your body and self go to. If there's too much fear, it's never going to happen. But it's coming in without no expectation. And I could just tell in that moment, you were just like in the best, like blissed out state. So I was like, come back.
It's wild.
And so this is where the creativity of breathwork comes in. You're like, DMT release, don't need a party, take drugs. Like, this is it, just breathe.
Just breathe. Yeah, just take some nice deep breath.
And that like state of like wanting to get back there again, it's nice to have that really open, let go space. Like that was the time you needed to go there, but it's not trying to get there every time. It's like that was just full allowance of your body to be present of where it needs to be.
And I don't think I would get there if I was, each time I was doing a breath work, wanting to get to that space, I would get there. So, yeah.
Oh, the law of the universe. I want this, it's not going to happen.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm going to ask you your favorite book at the moment, a book that you think everybody in the world should read.
That's hilarious, Bea, because I was out for dinner last night and that same question came up at dinner last night. There was 3 of us having dinner. Anyway, I do have a couple of older books that I love, but one that I've recently read was by Trent Dalton, full of love stories, and it's this beautiful collection of. He sat on a corner in Sydney on George Street, and I can't remember the cross street, but he sat there with his typewriter and a little sign saying, "Sit down and have a chat. Let's talk about love." Anyway, his book is about love stories and everyone's interpretation of love, and it was just this really fuzzy, heartwarming, really feel good book about, the simple things. It might be a gesture, it might be a hug, or it might be a gift, or just the simple fact that you've had someone in your life for so long that you're so comfortable with them that, that's what love is. Anyway, I said this to the ladies last night. This is my favorite, one of my recent favorite books. And she goes, "I've got it in the cupboard and haven't read it." So she ran out and grabbed it. She put it on the bench. She goes, "This
I
book I'm
love
gonna read."
that.
Yeah. So
Because
um
this is a sign that I need to, because even as you were talking then about the typewriter, I had a Reiki session last week, and she's like, "I can just see you typing on this typewriter." As soon as you said that, I was like, I need to read this book now.
need to read this book there. Yeah, go and get it. Yeah.
Love. Okay, last question is your end of life meal, entree, main, dessert.
Oh my gosh. Well, a bowl of ice cream for dessert. As long as it's not chopped mint, any flavor would be good except chopped mint.
Yep.
That's dessert. Entree would have to be some sort of prawn dish, or like a ceviche or something, just really fresh seafood. The entree. Oh. Main, again, fish. Like, I love fresh fish. So I think fish and just some beautiful baked potatoes and a really nice salad. Yeah.
Love. So my favorite question to ask people.
Oh, funny. Maybe, hopefully I'm like 98, or, getting up around that age. So I might have to be vitamized by the time I get to that point.
A ceviche smoothie.
Yeah. We'll see.
Love.
Yeah.
I'm going to put all of your details, your Instagram, Let It Be with Bea, your website, all of the links, so that people can come and meditate with you, and people can connect with you in the group as well.
Yay. Oh, that's good. Thank you, Bea.
Thank you for chatting with me.
Yes, thank you. And I can't wait for more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bye.